Hello everyone, welcome back to Formatherapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Bop Bop by BBG. Now, just as a heads up, in English it looks like VIVIZ. That's what I was calling it before I actually saw the title of this video. And this spelled out in Korean. In Korean it is spelled out BBG. So you pronounce the Z as a hard standalone Z, I think. So VIVIZ. So this is the debut of a brand new girl group. Now, when I say brand new, I mean that it is technically a new group, but they are members that we are familiar with. Specifically, these are former G-Friend members Omji, Shinbi, and Euna. Now, was it last year? Was it sometime last year, I think, that G-Friend suddenly disbanded, very last minute. It was very unexpected. And I don't know if we'll ever get the full story, but it's kind of dope to see even just some of the members still come together like this. You know, I think oftentimes when a group disbands, everyone goes their separate ways, but it's interesting where I guess they were kind of like, hey, we still have some stuff we want to show people as a group rather than a soloist. We checked out Yuju's solo act previously last month, which was fantastic. So I'm looking forward to what this is going to be a bit of a difficult one to remember. VIVIZ, what VIVIZ is going to have in store for us. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy our content and you would like to support us, please consider visiting our Patreon. We do reactions over there where we check out listening parties, variety content, reality content, survival shows. So if you want to check all that out, come join our Patreon. Of course, you do not have to support us monetarily if you don't want to. Just simply hit the like button down below and subscribe to our videos. Simple, free, easy way to support us. All right, let's get into the video. This is Bop Bop by VIVIZ, and this is your form of therapy. Shinbi looks good.
Don't you feel this rhythm in my 가 네 시선이 멈춘 dance 오묘해진 빛에 더 끌려 Baby 멈추지 않을래 내 맘을 거칠게
Whoa.
Let's go, let's go 그 위를 아스리 move it Check this glory out
Ooh.
이게 뿜빠라 pop pop just feel the music
Oh.
pop pop that's right 빠르게 뛰는 my heart
I was gonna say those strings during the pre-chorus kind of sounded like it was maybe like a disco-inspired sound, but oh, it kind of is. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of getting like XOCBX sort of vibes. Yeah. I know it doesn't sound like Hey Mama, but that kind of fun, funky excitement that I got from Hey Mama, I'm getting from here. Ooh. those arrows supposed to be like DDR references? Dance Dance Revolution? Ooh, who wrote this song? This is really, really well written. Wow. All right. Well, I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure where they were gonna go with their sound. And definitely at the start of the video, I thought, oh, are they going like a straight up pop sound? Because yes, GFriend was pop, but they were always a very particular kind of pop. GFriend always did have a very solidified sound. And yet, Bop Bop is not completely foreign because it feels like a much more different, but a different variation of something like Mago. I think because they did Mago and Apple, I think because they tried and diversified their concepts a bit right at the tail end of their career, I feel like this transition is a lot smoother than what you would expect. But also, it's the production itself. I think the production doesn't feel lazy. They weren't just like, oh, let's go for like a, you know, like a mainstream pop song, or like let's just go for like a funk disco inspired pop song. But even that whole outro section was really, really dope. This is Jesus. This is like a 3-minute, 40-second song. So it's a really, really lengthy song. And, you know, as many of you guys have seen, the kind of the hit thing to do in the pop industry now is to make your songs as short as possible because it's, you know, more streamable that way. But I think going this route makes for just a much more satisfying song. Like, yeah, I mean, short songs are great for wanting you to replay it. But for me, in my opinion, short songs definitely are better as like intros or a precursor for the album to make you want to listen to the album more. I especially don't like necessarily agree with shorter songs for streaming purposes if it's a single too. I think it works if it's in service of an album. But at the same time, not everyone checks out your album. That's the case with like a lot of groups, I think. People sometimes only tune in for the title track. I only listened to GFriend title tracks for the longest time before I finally started listening to their albums, which were fantastic. But you know, when there are so many artists and groups out there nowadays, not everyone necessarily has the time or the attention span to check out the entire discography. So I feel like I'm really, really satisfied with what they did with Bop Bop. I actually don't know if this is a single. Oh, no, I think I just saw at the tail end the end cards looked like, yeah, first mini album. So I am definitely going to do a listening party for that. I'm very curious as to what their overall sound is going to be like, but I think just overall they made a really, really solid title track, but at the same time, it just sounds also like another GFriend song. It just sounds like a GFriend song that's missing some vocals, that's missing the different various vocals and missing certain members. It feels like a GFriend subunit, really. And I don't want to assume what Shinbi, Una, or Umji were thinking, but I think they must have liked the direction that their sound was going in with like Apple and Mago, and so they wanted to continue that, and that's how VVZ was born. The music video, I think the beauty cuts left a little to be desired. I was not like, I wouldn't say I disliked it, but there was nothing about it that really quite grabbed me a lot. What I did really like were all the dance portions. And you know what? I'm so glad Shinbi is here. I think Shinbi, because she is such a great dancer, she always brings it. She always brings such a dynamic performance that you're going to get really well shot dance portions. And I think we definitely got that with Bop Bop here. Even with something like a title like Bop Bop, I thought it would be something much more cuter, but definitely the disco influence gives it a lot more of like an emotional weight behind the song too. So let's actually check out the song again. Yeah, like the music video, it's well made, but like these segments are not necessarily like my personal taste, but they're well made. But my favorite parts are definitely more the main dance set towards the end. Ooh, when Omji's voice comes in right here, it's genuinely chills. I will say, of the G-Friend members, I was probably least familiar with Omji as just a singer or even recognizing her voice, so this is really dope. What does this remind me of? That's right. Yeah, no, this is definitely... Okay, this energy, the kind of quirkiness, that's right. Like, I think there's literally a portion in... Is it Hey Mama by XOCBX where there's a portion where they say that's right? I don't know, something like that. But this has this kind of... It might be like the same rhythm or chord progression. I don't know what it is, but this reminds me a lot of XOCBX's Hey Mama. And I will admit, I was not smart enough to realize how genius and amazing of a comeback or debut that song actually was. But I do know now. And Bop Bop, I think, is very similar in that vein. Much more different style. I think this one's a lot more cuter, but still, it reminds me of it a lot. Especially this bass. I love that move. There's something about the dance moves and even the top line here that feels very old K-pop. It feels a little outdated. And by outdated, I don't mean that as an insult. Like, it just seems like a really old concept. And it feels like a feeling I haven't felt in a long time. And I feel like they're bringing it back for the modern era, and it really works. For me, anyways. Oh, God, that pre-chorus. All singing too, no talk singing if you notice. I really love it. Vocally, this song is very beautiful. But I mean, I guess that's just G-Friend in general. Yeah, that shot right there. It's the camera work too. I think the camera work leans into... I mean, I can go watch XOCBX after this. There's this kind of very confident swagger to this that I really like. But yeah, this is the set that I really like right here. The camera work here, I mean, they really went all out. Their video production team got so much coverage, so many creative shots. And there's a lot of move... Like, look at that. I actually just today also filmed and checked out a video for Mamador, their Ua Hip music video. This is something that I point out here. They do something similar, is having this shaky, bouncy look where they zoom in right here. It gives it such a much more rough feeling to it. That's not a pun for their previous song, Rough. But still, it gives it a bit of an edginess to it. Like, I love the fact that that camera work is a little messy. It's fun. It's exciting. Even right here, look at this shot. It almost feels like... It almost feels like the bass of the song is like affecting the camera. It's not, it's all intentional. But you know, like when you're driving a car and when you blast the music and the bass is really loud and you look at your rearview mirror and the rearview mirror is like blurry because it's shaking. That's the effect that they're emulating here. That's really cool. I wasn't quite sure on this whole cute much more bubblegum pop color scheme. But yeah, that's definitely the video, but their sound hasn't changed. Oh, that transition was slick. Oh, wow. Wow. That's smooth. On the reveal, that's smooth. That's smooth. Oh, this video is really well edited. I want to... Hats off to their editor. They really enhanced the bops in this song. I'm also not going to make a pun about this being a bop, but it is a really, really great song. It's fantastic. Music video, I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. So I think on a base plate, I would give it an 8 out of 10. But what bumps it up to a 9 out of 10 for me is I really think that the camera and editing department, especially the editing department, because I'm sure a lot of that movement was done in post as well, but a lot of the camera work, the angles, and then the actual editing, making it fun, making it feel really dynamic and alive, it's electrifying. And, you know, disco music in general is very like... euphoric and electrifying. There's something very satisfying about disco music for me. And I feel like the editing really, really actually enhanced that. And I do not think that I would love this song as much as I do if not for this video. And that's not to say the song is bad, but I think first impressions are everything when you listen to a song. And I think this gave the best possible first impression for this song. So, yeah, that's why I would say from a base template, if they had not had all this like dope editing and camera work, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Like, yeah, it's a solid, good, really well-made music video, but I think the editing and stuff is what takes it just a little bit higher. And so I would give it a 9 out of 10. I would say the only thing that would make it a 10 out of 10 is I think personally the colors are a little too bright. I think maybe some much more dramatic or dynamic lighting would have maybe sold it a little bit better. Like they definitely, I don't know, they stand out. There's like a key light on them, definitely, but I feel like the background is also like way too well lit for like them to feel like the focus of the shot. But yeah, 9 out of 10. But the song, 10 out of 10. Really. I think I would have given the song a 9 out of 10 as well, if not for this video. I really, really think the video, it's like the perfect wine with this cheese, because it just feels like all of the flavors of this song were enhanced by this video and by this production team. And so, yeah, I would give it like a 9 out of 10, but by the second watch through, watching it again, like, wow, I appreciate it a lot more because of the video. So 10 out of 10. For a re-debut, I mean, God, that's really, really clean. I mean, it's G-Friend. I mean, they amongst their class were some of the best at the top of their game. So it's not too big of a surprise, but still, I'm really happy with it. But I would not say I'm like the biggest G-Friend fan. You know, I was definitely a fan to the extent where I listened to all their title tracks and listened to a lot of their albums, I would say. But like a hardcore fan, no. So I'm actually putting it out there for you G-Friend fans. All you buddies out there, I should have made a buddy joke. I should have made a buddy joke at the beginning of the video. That would have been perfect. But all you buddies out there, let me know. Like, what do you guys think about VIVIZ's debut? Now, with Yuju, she was showing like a new side of herself, a new color of both herself as an artist and her own music. And that was cool. But what VIVIZ is doing, I think, is kind of keeping the G-Friend spirit and legacy alive. That's kind of like what I'm feeling. But again, casual G-Friend friend. I was gonna say friend and fan at the same time. Casual G-Friend fan here. So I'd love to know, if you're a buddy, what do you guys think about VIVIZ? It's definitely very different. It's not going to be like what we get from the other members who go solo. So what do you guys think? Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out the video. Once again, if you want to support the channel, consider visiting our Patreon. Over on our Patreon, we have bonus reactions. We are definitely going to be doing a listening party for their Beam of Prism mini album next month in March. So come check that out with us over on our Patreon. Of course, you don't have to support us monetarily if you don't want to. You could just simply hit the like button down below and make sure to subscribe. We're going to put a subscribe button for you right here. Make sure to turn on the notification bell whenever the other former G-Friend members make their debuts. We're going to be checking that out as well. You can go ahead and check out our other videos over here, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.